I just dropped this portion on my foot. So the entire intro will probably just be me screaming. Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. Today we're taking a first look at the new Traxxas Fortec 2.0 Drift JDM edition. Here it is right here, the 240SX from Nissan. Traxxas is leveraging their Nissan license with what I have to imagine is a popular vehicle. I didn't think the 240SX would have been my first choice. There's a bunch of other ones I would have chosen that are vastly cooler models. But hey, maybe this was sort of like Nissan said, okay, you can have the Nissan license, but you have to make a Pathfinder and a 240SX. That's the only reason I could think that they decided to go with this one. It also, let me just pull the box up here, it also comes in this nice red color, which I think does a better job of showing off the body lines of a 240SX. I think in this shot, they did a nice job of making it look pretty cool. The black overall, I think it hides a lot of the details. It's a nice glossy black Lexan body, but it doesn't do it justice like the red does. So if I were to choose one, I would choose the red one. Traxxas sent me the black one, no problem. I can still do the review. As you can see, there are some pretty good, decent details here. Some hard plastic rear view mirrors and a nice hard plastic rear wing, which is nice. And that's where the details sort of end in terms of hard plastic. It does have the headlights in the up position because these are fold-away headlights, or pop-up headlights as they're referred to. I'd love to see those make a comeback, but I don't think traffic safety will allow it. They are so cool. I wish these were functional or were able to be at least made to be functional. Kyosho did it on their drift car. It would have been awesome to see that here. Also, stickers for headlights. It's kind of a disappointing thing to see because it means that you cannot add light buckets. There are no light buckets. And these are in fact painted on the other side, much like all of the windows. All these big stickers kind of really take away a bit from the overall look. Part of the problem, it just doesn't really show a lot of the detail. Those headlights and in fact tail lights, there's no option there to add a light bucket. So that's kind of disappointing. I would have liked to have seen that as an option. But that's basically it for the body. It does use, of course, Traxxas's come hither system, so there are no body clips on the outside, just two tabs underneath that are held in place with some, how did they do that? Oh, it's through the headlights or through the underside. Okay, so there's no actual hard plastic piece there. It's just sort of a sticker over top of a hard plastic piece. That makes sense, right? So yeah, no headlight buckets, no inner bracing, but you don't really need that. It's a drift body. You don't want a lot of weight anyway. There are no major changes to the chassis out of the box. You can see it is a Traxxas 2.0 Fortec Drift spec chassis. So it has the motor at the rear mounted longitudinally. There is no drive shaft, there is no diff for the front. It's all through the rear, and that is through a standard locked differential. You can see that these wheels do not spin independently of each other, and most beginners fare better with a locked differential. I still have locked diffs in all of my drift cars because I am a noob. That's not true. One of them does have a ball diff. But yeah, otherwise you're getting a 12-turn brushed drift spec motor with an XL5 ESC. That ESC is programmed for drift specific. This one, of course, gives you some options for changing the amount of sensitivity and the amount of control that Traxxas is taking away from you to help make it drift better. The one major change to this overall chassis is not actually on the chassis. It's included in the box. And that is a set, let me get it out here, and that is a set of high angle steering knuckles. And these are going to give you an additional 18 degrees of steering over the stock setup. They don't include it on the car because I think they want you to sort of get used to the idea of drifting, learning how to do it, getting better at it, and then demanding more steering control from the car. Hence giving you this option later on once you get decent at it. Actually, a pretty smart way to do it. It's nice to see that they're including this, and they're going to include this in all the models, all two of them, this one and the Mustang right behind it there, going forward. So you'll be able to add this later on. Mine's already installed, and you can see that's a pretty significant amount of steering, and that's the sort of steering that you want to see from a standard drift car. It's really good that they're offering this in the box. I think it's a good upgrade, and I think it's nice to sort of get used to this car, how it works, and then adding this and making it better, and, you know, upping your skill game. I will say that this is a good car for a beginner. I'd say that it's a good place to start, especially if you don't have a dedicated drift track near you. If you want to use this car outside, drift in your parking lots, they can do that, because they also include a set of outdoor tires. These are obviously not glued onto a rim. These are also not glued onto a rim, so you just remove these, add these, and then you're off to the races outside. Also a great place to play if you're not in Canada in December. It's pretty terrible here right now. Since they're going to be offering that high steering upgrade kit in both the Mustang and the 240SX, it's nice to know you're not limited to just buying the 240SX to get that upgrade going forward, of course. I would suggest, just based on pure looks, and this might sound like a wild, weird take, but I think I would go Mustang. I think it's just got a much better looking body. There's a lot more hard plastic elements to kind of really complete the look. And I don't know, it just, for me, looks more drifty. I don't know, this looks a bit like a dad car. In fact, it looks a bit like my car. While I understand that the Mustang and the 240SX are wildly different cars from vastly different eras, I think I would have liked to have seen a different model of Nissan for their first go on the drift car. I don't know that this is going to be as popular. Maybe I'm wildly wrong. If I am, and you think this is great, put a comment down below. You know I love reading through your feedback, and I try to answer as many of those comments as I can. And of course, if you're enjoying this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get updates anytime there's a new video from the Scale Builders Guild. And if you like things, and you like seeing those things before other people do, you may want to consider joining the channel membership. I share all kinds of behind the scenes tips and tricks, how-tos, travel logs, and a bunch more of additional content that you can't get anywhere else. If that's something you're interested in, and you like being part of a small, tight-knit community, consider joining. There will be a link down below, and please help me by thanking all of my fellow ding-dongs for being a part of that amazing community. Thank you, ding-dongs. All right, so what are we thinking? Well, it's definitely JDM. I think it's going to perform a little better than the stock Fortec drift that I had originally, the Mustang, of course. And I cannot wait to get it out to the drift track. I'm going to try to get out to the drift track this weekend, so I will follow up and show you exactly how well this car does. Traxxas has built a very reliable, beginner-friendly drift car. There's no doubt about that. The technical controls that they offer that make this car do what it does are pretty decent, and it's a great place to start. It's especially great, like I said, if you don't have a dedicated place to drift at. I think that most of these drift cars will probably be seen outside. But with this new steering upgrade, I think they'll be able to handle being on a drift track and maintaining with everybody else on track. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, thanks to Traxxas for sending this my way so I could do this review. We'll see you again next time.